So with these established benchmarks, the expected time cited for all types of articles, we make use of the actual time cited for each paper. And then we can calculate this at the journal level, at the researcher level, and if a researcher publishes many, many different types of papers, we actually give you a summary, an aggregated actual to expected citation rate based on the fact that he may have published review articles and original research papers. So you see that here. This is another journal, and you can drill down into the data by author, contributing author detail and ranking. And you see that at this point I've ranked it by time cited, and you see the contributors and the number of times cited, the Web of Science documents, and the first one 76, and then I'm pointing out that anything over 1.0 is above the baseline for that journal and for that category. So any of the contributors that have published papers that are above that 1.0, that means their time cited is 1 point, in this case I'm pointing at 1.34. It's 1.34 times the average for all the papers in that span of years for original research documents or reviews, whatever they are, or a combination of the two. And we have that for categories as well. So you can identify highly cited papers and influential contributing authors, institutions, countries. You can reveal authors and affiliated institutions, and you can also do this at the citing level, because this journal analysis database that we produce automatically will include all of this citing paper statistics, and you can view it in the same way to help you make decisions about whether you should look into countries, because in this case I've looked at institution rankings, and you see all the different institutions with the total citations. So the impact collectively of all the papers published in that journal by that institution, and they may be by different authors, but it tells you, and you can identify that these institutions may not be subscribers to your publications. So for editorial reasons and for marketing on the business side, you can look at the top 50% and rankings subscribing institutions. And you can do this by contributing institutions as well. And we move back to authors, and then from an editorial perspective, you can drill down into detail of each work. And again, I'm using the same slide, but what you can do is just link out to how this person has published over the span of years. In this case, it's a 5-year span. And then you can look at what these papers have. Click on one of those bars, and you get a different graph of how these papers have been cited. The second generation citations for these published works, the same journal, actual to expected citations, category actual to expected citations, etc. So all of this is available in the journal. And you also can click to summary metrics by contributor. So people who are writing papers in your publications, we could produce a journal analysis database for you to give you interesting statistics summarizing what these contributors have published. You can do this at the citing article set as well, where has the journal penetrated in terms of influence, visibility? Is it influencing important sources, desired subscribers, institutions? Because you can view what institutions, where the authors coming from that write papers that cite your journal, and what impact do those papers have? And you can do that by country as well to help you move into new areas. And then also by authors, you can help find potential new contributors and people who you might want to do review of your publications. So this is Insights, a journal analysis database that gives you that expected citation counts, journal and category, and this is a customized extraction. So you decide what you want to see, what publications. You can look at your publications. You can look at your publications in addition to other publishers. You can look at it topically, because you might want to come up with a new publication, and you can see what else is being published and where it's being published and the impact of that to help you decide where to move into. Citation metrics obviously are just one part of the puzzle, and the editorial decisions you make are based on many, many more things than that. Your subscriber base, your manuscript flow, etc. So they're just one of the aspects of journal publishing and assessment and analysis, and they help you understand why a journal stands where it does. We provide that. So I'd be happy to answer questions.
I have one question. Would like to hear your comment. At the beginning of this year, Lisa made an analysis of citation of comparative citation of my journal with BMC and another journal called Biophysics and Biomedical Engineering for about 15 years. And the other journal has absolutely no citations for more than 10 years, and it is still in your databases. How it is?
Well, this is not our data, number one.
It's from Clovis.
Yeah, and their data is not cover-to-cover index, so they're going to be missing a lot. We've done analysis of this, a lot of analysis of this. They cover a lot more titles than we do, but just to be perfectly frank,
You mean?
Scopus includes more titles than Web of Science does. They say they include 18,000 titles, in fact. About 2,000 of those titles have ceased publication, if you look at the list carefully. And that goes back a span of years. Our 11,900 titles, 800 titles or so, are active in the current year. We do cover-to-cover indexing. They're pouring data from Medline, Compendex, Embase, GeoRef, GeoBase, and their full text together, which have different editorial policies. And they're missing publications, they're missing cited references, they're missing articles. So unless I were to look into this very, very carefully, on my database, I wouldn't be able to tell.